This week, someone had a question for me about the QuickBooks Statement Writer, which I don't get too often, but I get them from time to time because I co-presented a webinar once in front of a number of accountants about the QuickBooks Statement Writer. Or it has changed its name over the years. They've gone through several iterations, and it's now actually being phased out, which I'm really happy about, because they never quite got it right. But I will answer the question about how it's useful. Just be advised that it's only going to be useful for so long because they're phasing it out. The single best way that I enjoy using the QuickBooks Statement Writer is to be able to produce financial statements with account groupings that are grouped differently the way they are inside the QuickBooks file. Sometimes you want to look at account groupings differently because you want to answer different questions. And it's a real pain to go, oh, let's quick redesign the chart of accounts so we can put out financial statements for this purpose, but then redesign the chart of accounts again so we can have financial statements for this purpose. Okay, bad idea. So the QuickBooks Statement Writer can be very useful, or QSW for short, but that can be very useful in grouping the accounts however you want and not having to redo it all the time. The chart of accounts should really not get that much attention, my friends. Set it and forget it. So group the accounts internally the way you want to look at them the most frequently. And when you have a special presentation, use a QuickBooks Statement Writer to group the accounts in some other way that makes sense to you. And really, that's my favorite way of using the QuickBooks Statement Writer. You can, because the output of the QuickBooks Statement Writer is essentially in Excel, but it's linked back to the QuickBooks file. It's also useful in having some additional features in your financial statements that you can't necessarily get from within QuickBooks. For example, if you have a statement of cash flows, if you want to add some disclosures at the bottom for supplemental information, cash paid for interest expense or cash paid for income taxes, you can have that inside the QuickBooks Statement Writer, whereas you cannot have that in the statement of cash flows inside QuickBooks. Obviously, that's a specific purpose. That doesn't apply to everyone because a lot of smaller organizations don't issue a statement of cash flows. But that's an example. Another one is if you want to do some kind of a calculation that's not part of what's already available inside QuickBooks, then look, it's Excel. You can do calculations in there. But since that spreadsheet is still linked to your QuickBooks file, whenever you click the update button, you get updated financials in that format that you want, but then your formulas will instantly update. So those are some uses for the QuickBooks Statement Writer. Just remember, they're phasing it out. So if you're going to start using it today, and if you like to have the latest and greatest versions of QuickBooks every year, you'll be advised that you're only going to have access to it for so long. And that is part of a larger conversation about who's using information, what kinds of decisions are they making about that information, what kinds of benefits are being generated from people making decisions about that information, and use the best technology available to be able to produce it quickly and efficiently and accurately so people can make decisions. And at the end of the day, that's the point, right? When you see information, you want to take some kind of an action. You're going to stop worrying. Are you going to say, wow, we've achieved this incredible milestone, it's time to go out and capture what's next, do more good in the world? Or, uh-oh, something's not working, let's do something to fix it. Or stop doing it altogether. So whatever technology is available to quickly and efficiently bring those insights to you, absolutely deploy those technologies for as long as they're available. And also bear in mind that one of the reasons why Intuit is phasing out the QuickBooks Statement Writer is that they claim that there are other tools available. And you know what? They're right about that. For example, QVinci, even sophisticated Excel templates are available. So look into those tools if you're using an online accounting system like Xero or QuickBooks Online. And other online reporting tools are available to you. For example, Fathom, Spotlight, other reporting tools as well. So the QuickBooks Statement Writer is useful. It has its limitations. It's kind of a pain to set up, but it can be very useful for regrouping accounts.